It was a Tuesday, not a Monday. He hates Mondays. William Leslie Bates arrived in the world on November 20th, 1956, to brand new parents Leslie and Jean Bates. He was nicknamed Billy Boy. By 2 years old, he was talking. His first word was bye, and soon after, he was walking. I guess from the start, he was on the go. William, well, we'll call him Bill, was a typical Maryland boy. Growing up at Hillsmere Shores in Annapolis, Bill spent his early childhood playing in the snow, spending time with his family, going to school, which he didn't particularly like, and he even had his first kiss, against his will. The Bates family moved many times during those early years. The next home was in Crownsville. This was a much more rural location, and it's where Bill first experienced the joy of walking to school. Jean, his mother, was a crossing guard, and he would pass her every morning as he headed off to school. With the new rural neighborhood brought with it farm animals. Bill very much enjoyed animals and aspired to one day become a veterinarian. He spent many afternoons and weekends at his 4-H club, and when he wasn't at 4-H, he would be at his grandmother's house learning how to play the piano. He didn't have any money to pay her for the lessons, so they worked out a deal that he would deliver her eggs in exchange for lessons. Another spot that shaped Bill's childhood was Anderson's Corner. Owned by his grandparents, their house dueled as a gas and service station and restaurant. Bill would visit every chance he could and watch his grandfather work in the garage. They also served his favorite treat in the restaurant, coffee ice cream. Many memories were made at Anderson's Corner. It's even where his parents first met. Now that's a beautiful legacy. Speaking of legacy, can anyone guess who Bill is shaking hands with in this picture? Yell it out. If you guessed Lauren Green, you guessed right. As Bill headed into his junior high school years, the Bates family moved, once again, closer to Gambrills. Bill joined the teen club. His main reason for joining? To see all the ladies, of course. He also joined the wrestling team, most likely to show off for said ladies. In 1972, Bill headed off to Bowie Senior High School. His dislike for school had never really gone away, but he had no choice. At this time, Prince George's County began a desegregation plan. Bill would be transferred to Largo Senior High. Highly upset with leaving his friends, he decided instead to drop out of school. After the school year was over, Bill decided to make up for lost time. He enrolled in summer school. Classes were both in the day and at night. It was very hard work for a teenager. He also managed to continue to work at Lee's on the weekends. It's important to mention that during this summer, he began to date Jeannie. Jeannie's family was an important player in getting Bill back into the Bowie Senior High School bus district, and essentially, this is the part of the story that shapes much of Bill's history. It comes as no surprise that Bill worked day and night to catch up to his classmates, and in 1975, he graduated from Bowie Senior High. After graduation, Bill enrolled in PG Community College with his focus on law enforcement technology. On May 5th, 1976, Bill was accepted into the NRP cadet program. His first assignment was the Water Resource Administration. As he continued in the program, Bill's next assignment was at headquarters in the radio room. The following year, in the summer of 1977, Bill was assigned to the Mobile Enforcement Team under the supervision of Fred Sherbert, where he stayed until his transfer to South River Patrol in the fall. In June 1978, Bill was reclassified to officer trainee, the next step of promotion in NRP. From August to December, he was in the NRP Academy. After graduation, in January 1979, he became an officer assigned to City Dock in Annapolis. He married Jeannie in May 1979 after a very scary knee injury while he was on duty. He had to use a cane to walk down the aisle at his wedding. That same month, he graduated from PG Community College with an associate degree in law enforcement technology. The assignments and the promotions continued after he graduated. He became officer first class shortly after graduation, and then he made corporal in 1982. Here's where it gets exciting. In October 1984, Bill found out he was going to be a dad. Struggling to make ends meet, he knew he had to find a second job. The excitement of having a baby on the way was plenty of motivation. So, he joined the Army National Guard in April 1985. 2 months later, on June 19th, Bill became a dad. His firstborn, Richard Ian, made his debut and ultimately changed Bill's life forever. A few months later, he moved his family to rural southern Maryland in a cute rambler on 3 wooded acres in Calvert County. And as if being a new dad, having a newborn, working full-time, and moving wasn't enough, in September, he headed off to basic training. After his graduation, he was an MP Private First Class. He excelled in his earlier days in the Guard, and by 1988, he was promoted to Staff Sergeant, running the training school for other soldiers. Oh, but wait, we missed something. On May 11th, 1987, his daughter joined the family. Alicia Lynn made her debut, and again, this changed his life forever. He continued his career in law enforcement, ending at the rank of captain in February 2011. Meanwhile, we'll take a quick trip down memory lane during his time in the National Guard. In 1990, annual training took place in Panama. He was a part of Operation Just Cause. Later that year, he was called in unexpectedly for training. The reason? Desert Storm, aka the Gulf War. For many of you, this time in history can feel like just yesterday, but I have to admit, I don't remember it at all. See, I was only 3 at the time. There I am with my brother. Dad returned from the war in April 1991, and he decided to re-enlist. We're going to go ahead and jump ahead 10 years. On September 11, 2001, history changed forever. In the days after the attacks, it was the Army National Guard which responded to Virginia, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. It was guardsmen who were searching airports, securing our people at bridges and seaports, and patrolling our northern and southern borders. When America took the fight to the enemy, the Army National Guard was there too. As a part of Homeland Security, in October, Bill was deployed to Georgia, joining the active Army National Guard for a year for Operation Noble Eagle. In December 2002, the United States Army's 200th Military Police Company was assigned the task of protecting the Pentagon. Bill was stationed in Fort Myers, Virginia during this time, serving our country. That's the epitome of Bill's career. After 31 years of service, Bill retires with the rank of Master Sergeant. Now let's talk politics. Throughout his 60 years, Bill has shown tremendous interest in politics. Since 1986, he has been an active participant in his local Democratic clubs, first in Calvert County and currently in St. Mary's County, where he holds the position of first vice president. No matter what title he holds, Bill genuinely enjoys helping the Democratic Party in any way possible, whether it's putting up signs, manning booths, or education. Bill is truly a dedicated Democrat. In 2006, Bill married the love of his life, Rose. His family remains his top priority, especially now that he has retired, although you can't keep him down. He remains active in FOP and is currently employed as the Police Services Coordinator with the St. Mary's County Sheriff's Department. A very special moment in his life was being elected to the presidency of the Maryland State Lodge of FOP in 1996. Like his father before him, he believed in the legacy and leadership of the FOP and dedicated his time and energy to leading the organization and creating a legacy for future leaders to come. And like father, like son, Bill aspires to one day be awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award, just like his dad was. We have a family of fighters. It's in the Bates blood. Or is it Bale's blood? Bill could talk to you for hours about his family history, family tree, and origin of our family name. It fascinates him. He spends much of his free time connecting the dots of our family's past in hopes to strengthen our future. He is the glue that holds us together. His faith has been a steady rock in his life. He spends Sunday mornings in the pews at church and Friday nights serving the youth group. He continues to lead in the way God calls him to at his home church for nearly 30 years, Waters Memorial United Methodist Church in St. Leonard. Bill is a son, a husband, a father, a stepdad, an uncle, and a brother. He's a soldier, he's a Christian, he's a Democrat. He's passionate, he's gentle, he's brilliant, and he's funny. On behalf of every person in this room and for all those who know you and love you but can't be here, we love you. You have impacted all of our lives by being loyal and dedicated to your family, your friends, and your career. You serve people above yourself. You do anything for us, and we are so proud of you. We love you. Happy birthday, Dad, and happy retirement.